Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into what makes Airbnb reviews truly outstanding, going a bit beyond the usual checklists.
Exactly, because sure, cleanliness and accurate listings are, well, they're essential. Baseline stuff.
Right, non-negotiables. But when you actually read the reviews, the most common feedback, the stuff that really resonates, it's about how guests felt.
That emotional response. Were they comfortable? Did they feel like someone actually cared about their stay?
Yeah, did the host go that little extra mile? You know, whether it's a beautiful seaside place like in Nea Peramos, or maybe a cool city apartment in Thessaloniki, or even that cozy little spot in Kavala.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? When guests feel genuinely welcomed, like they're seen as, people, not just another transaction.
Then they're so much more likely to leave those glowing 5-star reviews.
Absolutely. And that connection, it often leads to repeat bookings. It builds trust, boosts your visibility. It's huge.
So that's really the heart of it. How do we actually do that, make people feel seen? Often it's about the power of, well, the personal touch.
We've all had those generic messages. But imagine walking in and finding a handwritten note with your name on it.
Oh yeah, maybe even mentioning something small you talked about in your booking messages.
Exactly. Or finding a little local treat, maybe a small bottle of Greek wine waiting.
Or even just some personalized tips like, hey, try this taverna down the street, it's my favorite, not just a generic list.
These aren't just nice gestures, they signal real care. It tells the guest, hey, I actually thought about you specifically.
It totally shifts the dynamic. You're not just a property manager, you're more like a thoughtful ambassador for Greek hospitality, or just your local area's warmth.
Yeah, like embodying that philoxenia concept.
Right. And these small investments, they communicate value in a way that fancy furniture or a low price just can't. It sets that immediate emotional tone.
Totally agree. And that tone gets set even before they properly unpack. I always think, okay, put yourself in their shoes. Would I feel relaxed walking in here after maybe a long flight or drive?
That's a great question to ask yourself. And it's more than just, is it clean? Which, again, has to be perfect. But is the lighting warm, inviting? Not like an office.
Is the bed really nicely made? Good quality sheets? Makes a difference.
Definitely. And are the instructions for the essentials, like Wi-Fi or the coffee machine, super clear and easy? No one wants to struggle with that stuff right after arriving tired.
Those first 10 minutes are critical, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really can shape the whole feeling of the stay.
Absolutely. Which leads us straight into communication.
Yes. Guests don't just like fast, friendly replies, they remember them. It stands out.
It really does. Especially around check-in time. Clear, warm messages make such a difference.
And it's not just about answering questions, it's about anticipating them. Maybe sending a quick message like, thinking about dinner, here are a couple local spots I love.
Proactive, yeah. And keeping the tone genuinely warm, enthusiastic. Not like you're reading from a script, like a, detached hotel receptionist.
Exactly. You want to build that human connection.
Okay, so staying on that local friend idea, a really good welcome guide is invaluable.
Oh, definitely. But not the generic laminated kind.
No, make it personal. Your actual favorite hidden beach, that little bakery with the amazing spanakopita, the best place for a quiet morning coffee.
Include the practical stuff too, like the nearest pharmacy or supermarket, obviously.
Right, but weave it into your personal recommendations. And even the house rules, write them in a friendly tone, not like a list of demands. It just feels better.
And it saves you answering the same questions over and over. Makes you look super organized and thoughtful.
Now, let's talk follow-up. 2 simple messages can be really powerful.
Okay.
First, a quick check-in message, maybe a few hours after they arrive. Just a simple, hey, is everything okay with your stay so far?
Smart. Lets you catch any little issues early before they become a bigger problem or, worse, end up in the review.
Exactly. And second, a warm goodbye message, thanking them for staying. And if you can, mention something specific like, hope you really enjoyed that seafood place we talked about.
That little personal callback. Nice touch.
It just leaves that final positive human impression.
And these touches, they really help preempt negativity. They open the door for dialogue. And they gently nudge people towards thinking about their experience positively, right when they might be considering writing that review.
Which brings us to the reviews themselves. It's less about asking for one.
And more about inspiring one.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So instead of that kind of cold, please review us, maybe something like, it was a real pleasure hosting you. If you have a moment, we'd be so grateful for your feedback. It really helps us and future guests too.
Yeah, it's an invitation, not a demand. It values their perspective.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway from this deep dive? It seems the real secret to those amazing Airbnb reviews isn't necessarily the high-tech gadgets or the super modern design.
No, it really boils down to hospitality with heart, making people feel genuinely seen, genuinely cared for.
That's what builds a great reputation, gets you those return guests, and helps you stand out whether you're in Greece or anywhere else with lots of competition.
And it really makes you think. Perhaps this raises a broader question for you listening right now.
Yep.
How could you apply this principle, this idea of making people feel truly seen and welcomed in other parts of your life, beyond just renting out a space?
That's definitely something worth pondering. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into making connections that truly count.